forced to vote being only 3 days away is Thursday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday is when forced to vote happens. Cenk continues to pour gasoline on the fire, just dumping fuel on the fire, dumping fuel on the fire on the spark that Jimmy Dore lit. So Cenk, he writes, and forced the vote turns on itself. It was inevitable. There's someone in this town hall who needs serious psychological counseling. Can you tell who these folks are? Mostly well-intentioned. They have a fine strategy that is slightly mistimed, but the circular firing squad is nuts. Here's Mitch McConnell explaining.
Move to proceed to calendar number 480S3985.
Here's Mitch McConnell bullshit.
Calendar number 480S3985.
All right, Mitch McConnell, explain your bullshit.
Policing practices, accountability, and transparency.
Under the previous order, the leadership time is reserved.
Madam President.
The majority leader.
Yesterday, the Senate was finally able to proceed to this year's National Defense Authorization Act. A few of our Democratic colleagues have pulled out all the stops to hold back this crucial bill. But last night, a big bipartisan majority of 80 senators voted to proceed. There should be nothing controversial about giving our brave men and women.
So he said that the NDAA, for 59 years, what did he say? For 59 years, the NDA has always passed without question. The empire has continued on for 59 years without question.
In uniform, the tools and training they need to stay safe.
This is the same bill that Donald Trump vetoed.
About continuing the work of rebuilding and modernizing our capabilities. It should be a nonpartisan proposition that America should keep pace with Russia and China rather than slip behind. We've enacted an annual NDAA for 59 straight years and counting.
59 straight years and counting. So the empire has been strong for 59 straight years. Donald Trump vetoed the empire. Bernie Sanders was going to hold the vote on the empire back until we got $2,000 checks. But Senator Michael Bennet out of Colorado, and plus a bunch of other Democrats, went ahead, overrode the veto, passed the empire bill, passed the bill of imperialism, and didn't get us $2,000 checks. So here we have a video clip. You got 8 people on this conference call. You got Savage Joy Marie Mann. You got Nick Brianna Gray, Ben Spielberg, Justin Jackson, Scott Desnoyers, and Katie Halper and Jimmy Dore. Ben Spielberg is going to say something that Jimmy Dore does not like. So this is the video that Cenk is commenting on.
So, I don't disagree that her responses on the thread weren't great, although I see them in a little bit of a different way, because I do think it's good that she was responding to Justin. Not everybody does that. I think it was good that she engaged. And then I also thought on the interview on Intercepted, her answer made a little bit more sense than what she had responded
What's
to
answer,
Justin.
Ben?
Kidding me?
Wait a minute.
I don't know who the fuck you are, but this is
Jimmy, can you not? Jimmy,
I don't know what to say. So you're saying her answers weren't great on that Twitter thread? What is in it to you to give people who are politicians who are obviously bullshitting and gaslighting us? What is in it for you to give them every benefit of the doubt? You think that helps?
No. So, and again,
then let them do it.
So I guess what I'm saying, Jimmy, is I think the idea that AOC is in the same category as Nancy Pelosi.
But what you said was her answers weren't great, Ben. Instead of her answers were obvious bullshit and gaslighting and revealed they weren't actually strategizing. You do the exact opposite. So stop fucking doing that.
Let Ben respond and make his point. I think he's being.
He made his point. His point is he gives them every benefit of the fucking doubt, but he's not ready to fight for fucking anything ever. Ever. Yeah,
well, and so I guess I'm saying
her answers weren't great. Are you fucking kidding me?
And I have been saying.
Hold on.
No.
So, Jimmy, I really
one thing is that there are now.
Her answers weren't great. Her answers weren't great. They were obvious bullshit.
There are different lanes, as I've said before, and I do think that that's important to remember. And if you want, like, honestly, if you want to make your case, it's actually, I think, more effective to engage.
Well, I know what you guys think is more effective, and I see how far you guys moved the ball with your fucking claptrap. Zero. Giving fucking politicians the benefit of the doubt at every fucking turn, and using mealy alternatives.
But Jimmy, nobody.
issue. Fuck off.
Jimmy, nobody.
Then I want to ask you, Jimmy, because I think that this is an important point to explore. Ben,
Yeah.
when you said that you thought her...
So this is part of the extravaganza, the big town hall that Jimmy Dore had, Forced to Vote town hall. In the very beginning, it was on the Jimmy Dore Show channel, and this is on the Katie Halper Show. So this is the aftermath. These folks have been talking for hours on hours on hours. This is like, so what's my take on this? Who gives a shit? Much ado about nothing. A tiny little, this gets us publicity. My God, I almost want to just get into a Zoom video conversation with Jimmy Dore and let him just fucking yell at me and I'll yell at him back, and that's good fucking TV. That's how you move, actually, with media. That's the only thing that people seem to give a shit about. Look, Gene Kugar. This got the attention of Gene Kugar. None of the logic of getting us Medicare for all got to Jink, but this got to Jink. This is the shit that people, watch, unfortunately. So we need to yell. We need to yell more. We need to yell more at each other. Fuck! What the fuck are you talking about? So I want to read some of the tweets. Let's get to what's Mitch McConnell up to?
In the next few days, the easy way or the hard way, we're going to do our job once again.
So he's going to fuck over the American people, either the easy way, America, or the hard way. What do you want, America? He likes a fighter.
This body will fulfill our responsibility to the men and women who protect our country. So the Senate will be here until we finish this bipartisan legislation. Now, for several days, we've heard some senators say Congress must send more cash to high-earning households who haven't seen any income disruption during COVID-19.
So Mitch McConnell's going to act like $2,000 to everybody is $2,000 to the rich. No, it's $2,000 to everybody. Fuck Mitch and fuck his gaslighting fucking bullshit. Talk about the goddamn lies. Let's see. What else is Mitch going to lie about?
To be the champions of vulnerable Americans now say that what struggling people really need is for Congress to stop focusing on targeted relief for them specifically and to instead send thousands of dollars to people who don't need the help.
What the fuck is he talking about? This is Kentucky. Thanks a lot, Kentucky, you pieces of shit. You're not just destroying your own fucking state, you're destroying the goddamn nation. You're destroying the goddamn nation. This motherfucker, he calls himself the Grim Reaper because why? That's where bills go to die. He kills so many fucking good ideas. That's all he's ever done is killed good ideas. My God, where would America be if you didn't have Mitch fucking McConnell stopping every goddamn motherfucking thing? We would be, we would be on Mars.
Experts from across the political spectrum agree that our colleague from Vermont is dead wrong on this.
He's dead wrong. Bernie Sanders is dead wrong. That's some strong fucking language there, Mitchy boy.
Socialism for rich people is a terrible way to help the American families that are actually struggling.
That's what Bernie Sanders wants? Not socialism for us, but socialism just for the rich? What an asshole. Wait a second. Mitch, are you talking about yourself? Because you always give money to the rich. What? Wait a second. Is this politician lying to us?
So let me say that again. Borrowing from our grandkids to do socialism for rich people is a terrible way to get help to families who actually need it.
You know how you can tell when Mitch McConnell is lying? When his jowls are jiggling.
Washington Democrats took President Trump's suggestion and skewered it so the checks would benefit even more high-earning households. Imagine a family of five where the parents earn $250,000 per year and have not seen any income loss this past year. Speaker Pelosi and Senator Sanders want to send them $5,000 from Uncle Sam. $250,000.
Oh man, this motherfucker's got no soul. He's got no fucking soul. He's like, imagine if you will, because it is means tested. So what he's talking about is that up to $250,000. So if you make $125,000, that's who can get the money. $125,000 and down. So if you have $125,000, and then your wife or husband makes that much, and then you got 3 kids, well, that's $2,000, $2,000, $2,000, $2,000, $2,000. So that's whatever he just said, $3,000 or whatever. So what the fuck?
In fact, they believe a family of 5 should have to earn $350,000 before the spigot of government money would stop entirely.
Fantastic stuff there, Mitchy fucking doo-doo fuck face. So you have, let's see, a bunch of comments. So Cenk is pouring fucking fuel on the fire because, he's going to fight against force the vote all the way to the very fucking end. What are we going to get? What are we going to do? Just put, coronate Queen fucking Pelosi for the rest of our lives. Fuck you. Fuck him. He might get some breadcrumbs later on, but what the fuck? See? This is why I kissed ass. So we could get a little bit of something that doesn't really do much at all for anybody. That's what we just done. So I'm going to read some of these comments here. Under Cenk's fucking gassing, fueling of the fire. Anthony says, nope, still convinced that your televangelism is bigger sign of mental degradation than any expression of outrage regarding our deadly health system. Loud, laugh out loud. You just said you didn't stick with Wolfpack or come up with any momentum. Ed Muniz, yes, Cenk, we know you have great health insurance. Devon Jones, what exactly is slightly mistimed about the strategy? It's beautifully timed, as now is the moment at U.S. progressives actually have leverage. Jeremy DeCenzo, imagine commenting on this without making reference to the heart-wrenching part of the town hall where Jimmy explains his health problems, how it bankrupted him and his family, and how the situation made him suicidal. Yeah, so for several hours on the Jimmy Dore show, several hours on the Katie Halper show, and then I tuned in like 1 or 2 in the morning, and they still were hanging out. So in over an 8-hour span, they had one little fucking spat, one little just disagreement. You know what? This is fantastic. Weaponize that fucking media, Jimmy Dore. Jesus Christ. Jimmy's indignation is righteous, is what Jerry DeCenzo says. The new center of the Jimmy Dore cult has already arrived to defend their dear leader, Tariq for Assange. Sorry, the good time to do it is always. The best time is when Nancy needs progressive votes. The alternative best time is, well, we would know if you offer constructive criticism. When is the best time? What's the alternative best time? You got an alternative idea? Another day, another J. I actually found a Jimmy translator. Here it is. You think Medicare for all is a good thing? Me too. Quite as simple as that. Adam Hampton. Jimmy is ranting like Trump was during his debates. He has acted very disrespectful with everyone else on the call and needs to be muted the same as Trump. I think Jimmy Dore, Colin, Radix Carter, I think Jimmy Dore has a right to be angry considering his own story, not defending him, but unless others on the call had a problem with his anger, then it's a non-issue. Geekazoid, and of course you jump in right on cue. Good boy. Trenton at Cenk Ugard, Jimmy Dore show is like a ship without an anchor. His strategy is just to talk over people to get them to shut up. Pete, Hidriklicka, I've been pretty skeptical on the actual benefit forced to vote. I'm beginning to believe it's Jimmy Dore that's making me feel that way. The guy is a raging lunatic. Okay. So, Surreal O'Reilly. Martin Luther King Jr. and Jimmy Dore are correct. Forced to vote on Medicare for all, not me, us. The time is always right to do what is right. If you don't believe me, everyone on that call would defend Jimmy as having righteous anger, despite the fact he calls everyone a sellout and says everyone from AOC to Nina Turner not in office but invited and he implied has betrayed us.
Socialism for rich people. That's what Speaker Pelosi and Senator Sanders have sketched out. A terrible way to help those who need it. And experts across the political spectrum agree. The liberal editors of the Washington Post have blasted so-called progressives demanding a non-targeted giveaway that would huge amounts to perfectly comfortable families. Larry Summers, who ran the Treasury Department for President Clinton and the National Economic Council for President Obama, says there is, quote, no good economic argument, end quote.
Oh, shit. Some guy said something. No kidding, Mitch. Okay, so let's stop fighting for M4A because someone gets pissed off. You're joining MSNBC and not refuting his points, just his delivery. Thankfully, I made back the money I wasted selling my TYT shirts on eBay. Cenk just couldn't wait to shit on Force the Vote again. Shaking my head. Power to the people at Favors Nature. Wood Booger. Cenk, this is what passion and fighting for people looks like. But you can't wait to attack those that actually challenge the system. Get back in your bubble. There are real people out here. It's funny how you and Grimm and the Sam Cedar Wing, etc. are only posting this clip and not the one where he and Steph tearfully recount their medical bankruptcy, or Justin Jackson describes his mother's battle with cancer ending before nearly bankrupting his family. It was sad. Jimmy Dore. I guess maybe that's what we should do. Maybe we should just get together and fucking cry. So Jimmy Dore was like walking and his spine just fucking collapsed. And he about lost everything, went bankrupt. He joined the Young Turks to get medical, coverage. So his spine about collapsed. He just stepped on it wrong one fucking day. And his spine's about to fucking collapse. They're about to go fucking bankrupt and lose every goddamn fucking thing. Jesus Christ. And then Jimmy Dore is like, you're about to lose everything. As a man, he's feeling suicidal. He admitted that he felt suicidal. It wasn't good comedy. It wasn't funny TV, but it was wrenching. Jimmy Dore is authentic and genuine. He wants fucking Medicare for everybody. He doesn't need the money. He doesn't need, maybe the fame and publicity, the branding or what the fuck have you. But what's the brand? That he's going to put pressure on the fucking progressives and actually get something from them? That's a good fucking brand. That's the brand that I'm on side with.
Quote, for more non-targeted checks with no linkage to need. The liberal New York Times reported this morning that a majority of the households that get non-targeted checks do.
The majority, the liberal, so who gives a shit? If the liberal New York Times sent it, don't fucking listen to this motherfucker. You know what? And the media will repeat it. And anyway, it's not like there's a lot to be found out there on the public internet that's more interesting than what the agency already has internally. Few realize this, but the CIA has its own internet and web. It has its own kind of Facebook, which allows agents to interact socially, its own type of Wikipedia, which provides agents with information about agency teams, projects, and missions, and its own internal version of Google, actually provided by Google, which allows agents to search this sprawling classified network. Every CIA component has its own website on this network that discusses what it does and posts meeting minutes and presentations for hours and hours every night. This was my education. Edward Snowden, page 132, permanent record.